This is Shane Watson here for PSB Sports. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Hall of Fame promoter, Frank Warren.
How are you?
Good, thanks. I bet you love hearing that, don't you? Hall of Fame promoter. Look at that smile he's got.
Makes you sound old. Yeah. Well, I'm old, I suppose. So
Are you still hanging around, still getting the big fights out there?
I'm trying hard. I'll try and get up in the morning and do my bit. And but yeah, we've got some good shows. We've got a good show the weekend. TV have got a great fight coming in from Vegas. I think the fight of the decade. So it's all good. Yeah, we're working hard.
I tweeted about it the other day, and you actually retweeted it about this fight. Like, I'm really excited for this fight because I think it's a different. I've always followed BJ Saunders' career, and I've always known what he's capable of, but he just doesn't always bring the best out of himself.
Correct.
And now we've got BJ Saunders in tip-top shape against a good opponent who I think maybe is a little underrated, Munroe Jr. I mean, all you've got to do is watch the Golovkin fight to see that he wasn't out of his league, and if you're in Golovkin's league, then you must be a hell of a fighter in yourself as well.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that. And the thing is with Bill, Dominic's done a great job, that change of environment, moving up to Sheffield and training also in Spain, keeping away from home, has done Bill really well. But more importantly, he's in the best shape mentally. Mentally he's there, and that's really important for him. He's very despondent over the last 12 months with fights falling out of bed. He had an injury, a couple of other personal problems, but he's done extremely well now. He's got the bit between his teeth, and he said today at the press conference he's hungry. He wants to get this fight out of the way, and he wants the winner of Canelo and Golovkin.
And you've got that massive fight in itself, and I know obviously you've got Canelo against Golovkin, a massive signing for Box Nation, and I know that a lot of people, especially in the boxing world, are really interested in this fight. So how excited are you to have this fight on Box Nation, and how hard was it for you to get it on the channel? Well,
we're very excited. It was difficult. We were up against Sky, but we won the day, and for us it's a fantastic fight to have. I mean, as I say, it's the fight that on paper is the fight of the decade, and I'm sure that on the night that's going to turn out. That's how it turned out to be. It's two guys. It's not some old guy who's just about over the hill fighting a new guy on the block. These guys are both at the top of their game. They're both good boxers. They're both big punchers. They both walk forward throwing shots. So I think you're going to get a serious fight. There's going to be no one's going to give ground here. This is going to be something special.
And it's of course an obvious factor in the fight is people who they've watched Canelo over the years, how much he's improved as a fighter since the Mayweather defeat, and how he's a much stronger and he's got better physical presence now as well.
Remember what Mayweather did when he fought Mayweather. Mayweather drained him down to a weight to fight him. It wasn't his natural weight.
I think 151.5 was it?
He was dead on it. But having said that, Floyd did what he had to do. But he's come on a bundle since he's 26 now, 27.
Yeah.
He's come on a bundle. He's looked good in his fights. He's really matured. And he's a force. He's a major force on the boxing scene over the last few years. So he's fighting another guy who certainly is a force.
And do you believe, because I know obviously you're always going to back your man, BJ Saunders, when he overcomes Munroe Jr., do you believe that fight will happen with him and the winner of Canelo against Golovkin?
I do.
And do you believe that could be quite easily made? And do you reckon that could be in the UK?
I don't know about that, but it certainly will be made. Bill wants to fight, and wherever it takes place, it'll take place. The important thing is for Bill to get through Saturday night, which I think is going to be a tough fight for him, or as tough as he wants to make it. He comes through that, then obviously he's got the big prize to go for.
And we'll have a little speak about the undercard. I mean, I know Anthony Yard had a undefeated opponent in Ford, which I know he's been training hard for, and I know there was a lot of criticism between the Jose Burton situation. I know you wanted to go down the world route because you were already world ranked, number 8. And now that's suffered a pull out for whatever reason. You've now got a new opponent, which is also for the WBO Intercontinental title now as well. What do you expect Yard to get out of having this opponent, and what is the next few steps you have planned?
Well, first of all, when you have, I hate being in a position where you've got to go and find somebody who's a replacement opponent. The original opponent would have been good for him, and I think that's what he's trained for. This fight is again about the boxing business. Sometimes your guy's out, you've got to fight a substitute. So he's had to rethink all what his, the styles and what he's been preparing for. Regarding Jose Burton, I'm not interested in Jose Burton. Want to fight the guy who knocked Jose Burton out, and Frank Buglioni did not want that fight, and that's the end of it. They're doing their own thing, so that's dead in the water. You know, Jose Burton is down there in the rankings. Anthony's up here. Frank Buglioni should want to be fighting him. He's ranked at the moment number 8 in the world. If he wins another title on Saturday, he'll move further up the rankings, and that's the direction we want to be in. You know, he may bypass the British title because it's all wrapped up now, isn't it, for the next few months? You've got Frank Buglioni fighting. His name's Simmons.
Callum Johnson.
Callum Johnson, sorry, apologies. Callum Johnson from Scotland. He's got to fight him. Then the winner's going to have to fight now Jose Burton. So that's about another 6-7 months out of the way. So by then, I should think Anthony, if he keeps winning, will be well above all that.
Frank Buglioni had been apparently offered fights with Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev.
Why did he take him?
I don't know. I'm not really too.
And he was offered a fight with our man and didn't take it. Who told you that he was offered these fights?
It just said in interviews with Eddie Hearn, I believe, yesterday.
And how long was that nose grind as he was saying that?
I'm not really sure. That question, there was no offers made to Anthony Yarde, but from Ward or Kovalev as well.
No, I wouldn't even put him in with Ward or Kovalev.
Yeah.
What I would have done is had 12 amateur fights, 12 pro fights. He's got a while to go yet. Frank's fought for a world title. Frank's been there. You know, Frank's got a load of fights under, a lot of experience under his belt. But Anthony he's not ready to fight for a world title now. Well, I'm not going to sit here and talk silly Eddie Hearn talk. You know, he's not ready for that. Frank Buglioni, he's been there, done it, so he should be available to fight world title if he was offered those fights.
And also a little bit on Bradley Skeete. It's been rumoured a lot online, and a lot of people have said different things. Jeff Horn obviously is defending this year because Pacquiao's had to postpone the rematch until next year. Yeah. And I know Bradley Skeete was shortlisted as because obviously he's highly ranked in WBO.
We thought we were going to do the fight, but they don't want to fight him.
And I believe they've shortlisted 2 other opponents. One is an American with 2 defeats, and one is another one who's got a WBO Latino title. He's not very high ranked in WBO at all.
I don't know who's going to fight, and you know, and Gary Kokorian's in the mix as well. So we'll see what happens. But they didn't want to fight. I thought we had the fight done at one stage, but they don't want to fight him. Simple as that.
Do you believe you're going to have to force this fight then, and maybe get a final eliminator?
What with Jeff? Well, he's number 3 in the rankings. We'll have to push him out. I can't force Jeff Horn to fight him. He's the champion, and at the end of the day, unless Bradley's the number 1. You're in the mandatory position, the fight won't happen. They obviously don't fancy the fight, and there's nothing I can do about that. So we've got to get Bradley into a position where he becomes the mandatory. He's number 3 now. He needs to fight somebody in a name that will get him that number 1 spot. Then it'll be all game over.
And also, I believe his number 2 in the rankings is Lucas Matiso.
Yeah.
Is that maybe a possible fight for Bradley?
That would be a great fight. I'd have no problem making that fight. It's a good fight, and I'm sure Bradley would have no problem taking that fight.
And also going forward, we have many other big shows going forward with you. You've got obviously Smith Williams. And you also got the Lee show coming up with Warrington.
The Lee show. We've got a show going on in Belfast, which we're going to announce. Tetty's going to be fighting in Belfast, and we've got a couple of other fights that we're making. So there'll be a big announcement.
And will there be any more London shows before the year's out?
Yes, we'll be doing something in December.
Okay, thanks for coming to PSP Sports today.
It's a pleasure, young man.
Always good to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure to be on the show. And don't forget, Box Nation pay-per-view to see that fight. That's the fight of the decade. Box Nation pay-per-view.
And we'll catch up with you ahead of fight night.
Look forward to it. Thanks, guys.